Rob Joy, sometimes we do get these storm systems, hurricanes, tropical storms that go out to the Panhandle, Hermine, and or other storms that just roll off the coast to the east of us. And, you know, we don't get a whole lot. Sometimes we get some rain out of it. Floyd, great example, just out to the east of us by about 150 miles. And boy, I was hoping this was going to play that game too, but didn't play that way. And my point here is that this time, that part, that's the eye of a hurricane. It actually could travel within about 50 miles of Jacksonville. Maybe more like 25 miles of Jacksonville, which would be right there at the beach. And then, you know, hopefully that's, I wish it was going to be more like further out to the east, but that's the thinking right now. There's the eye of the hurricane. And again, as I go from this to showing you about the storm surge, and the details are so ugly here, and I don't think people really comprehend how this breaks out. This is a forecast map that illustrates the potential, not the guarantee, potential of flooding. And I didn't do that just to kind of like save myself from being caught up in, you know, well, it didn't happen to me. No, I'm here to tell you this is a real probability that we'll see these kind of conditions in terms of flooding right there along the coast. Now, we're going into Duval County. There's 295 all around town. But out here, Jacksonville Beach, Ponte Vedra Beach, we can see that we have, again, this color purple, and that represents 9 to 12 feet. And what that means is that these locations that are going to see that purple, and I'm going to go right out here to Beach Boulevard and show you that right here, note there's no color shading right in through here. This location will stay dry. This is off of Penman Road. There's just west of, I'm not even sure exactly where that is, but probably just west of Penman Road, Beach Boulevard, the bowling alley's right about there, Sunrise Surf Shop's there, and then again you can see down south. But point of it is, right in through here, they're going to stay dry. That's the only spot. But as we go from the blue, which doesn't even have a measurement here because it's about a 1 foot surge. I'm like, 1 foot surge? Yeah, you don't need to worry about it. No, I meant to tell you, that's 1 foot of water. So if you live at the end of 9th Avenue all the way down here near the intercoastal, you know what that means? That means the water depth there could be as much as 9 feet deep. That's first floor. That's life-threatening. That's why you don't want to be on the beach, especially if you're in these locations. That's why this zone, A, B, get out of there, okay? And that's why, again, the threat is so real. The storm surge potential is just ridiculous. As I slide it down the coast, you're saying, all right, show something else, John. Well, this is pretty amazing as well. There's Beach Boulevard coming on down past the McDonald's, head southbound towards South Beach, or South Jacks Beach. And you can see, again, the water here, the depth of the dunes is a little bit lower here. And I think this is right around 15th Street South. That means the ocean's going to push on through all the way to here, and the water will be about 8 to 9 feet deep. It's almost hard to understand, but remember, this is 8 to 9 feet of depth of water, but it's a little higher, a little higher, a little higher, and then finally we find the highest ground back out there again, close to Penman, I guess. Now there's Butler Boulevard, so again, it's not Penman, but this is out here near the Sanctuary. I don't know if you know, it's a little community. Quite a few nice little houses back in there. And again, the threat here, to the extent that that area, all around here, Sanctuary Boulevard, see it, will be very much underwater. Heading southbound towards Ponte Vedra area, you can see there, this will be the drier area. There's Dolphin Lane or Dolphin Boulevard, and then down along A1A, not a problem here, but here's BV Boulevard right there. Again, all underwater at the height of the hurricane. This is when the eye is passing nearby. If the eye goes way off the coast, these numbers go way down. But that wall of water, this mound of water associated with the fast winds, which are pushing that water right onto something, because you see, it usually just circulates right around the hurricane. Ever spin the water in a drink? See it spinning around? Well, that's fine. But in this case, it hits something, and it's got to go somewhere. And it can't go anywhere. It goes up. So it mounds up onto the land. So again, the storm surge here, as I head all the way back down towards the Sawgrass area, there's the Players Club Villas, and let's see, there's Cypress Bridge Drive. So this is out there near, again, the Players Championship. You can see there's ATP. So the Players is actually probably all of this here. And so there's some little areas that man-made built up here, but the bottom line is we're seeing that there. So I'll be sending this. Where am I going with it? Back to Rob and Joy.
All right. Thank you, John. Now stay with us. The news continues at 8. News 4. This is new video of waves crashing on Jekyll Island. That's in Glenn County, which is under mandatory evacuation as Mathew takes aim at our coast.
We want to show you now this stunning drone video again sent to us by a News4JAX viewer. It shows rough surf and really dark skies at Jax Beach ahead of the storm.
Now, tomorrow morning, we'll be feeling tropical storm force winds. And if you live in an evacuation zone, you still have time, not a whole lot, but you still have time to leave. But time is running out.
All of our crews are positioned throughout our area to bring you the latest. Right now, we are going to go to John for the latest update. John?
And we're just getting it now from the National Hurricane Center over Grand Bahama, extremely dangerous Hurricane Mathew. Again, a major hurricane category 4. We were looking at the radar Freeport there in Grand Bahama, seeing the big winds. Rebecca Berry noting that before things were kind of turning sour, they had winds up to around 80 miles an hour there. And now it's just tracking on off in the same direction. Note there's a little wobble right here in the track. This is the official locations from the National Hurricane Center. So a couple more of these little stair-step shifts would be awesome to kind of keep it away from us, but we'll have to see how it goes. Winds 130 miles an hour. I'm doing the math on that. I think that makes it category 4. Yep, solid one. 939 pressure, which means it hasn't fluctuated much. It is up a little bit, which is a positive. Remember, higher pressure, weaker storm. It is expected to remain a 4 all the way overnight tonight, 130 mile an hour winds, and that will be right about here. So it'll be just off the coast down to the south. The track hasn't been adjusted, but you can see how close that track basically goes towards us. They do weaken the hurricane down to a category 3 from a 4, and it's because of the interaction with land right there along the Space Coast area, Central Florida. And that's good news for us to a small degree because, again, we're talking about a category 3 major hurricane basically riding right along the coast. Here's a look at this one forecast model, and again, it updates very frequently. It does tend to shift around the ultimate track, but also it gives us a better updated view of when things start turning sour. This is 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, and you can see that the outer bands will be starting to reach out towards St. Augustine. So in St. Augustine, probably by about 6 in the morning, that's about 10 hours from now, the rains will be picking up much more. I know you've had a lot of rain there, tremendous rainfall this week down there, but now the rains are going to be coming on shore with big wind gusts, 40, 45 mile an hour wind gusts, and this will continue all the way through about 1 o'clock. And by 1 o'clock, the heavier rains will have spread all the way up the coast of Brunswick, Georgia. So basically all the coastal counties, Glenn, Camden, Nassau, Duval, St. John's. I'm going to add in Clay County, even though you're not a coastal county, because I think enough of this will be thrown back at you that you're going to see some very heavy rains and winds. Now, west of town, Waycross out there towards Lake City, Pierce, Ware counties out and through parts of Georgia, likely to see showers and downpours, but they won't see anything like they're going to see along the coast. This model just updated a little bit further east, but note, again, we're on the western eye wall, which means all the severe winds will still be right there along the coast from, Fernandina Beach down towards Jackson, Atlantic Beach, down south towards Ponte Vedra, Villano Beach, Flagler Beach. Boy, you folks down there in Flagler County are going to see some of the worst of it. Note the rain shield really goes into Georgia at that point, and by the time we get into early Saturday morning, the sun's coming up here in Jacksonville, but we're still seeing bands of rain down along the coast. I haven't changed this since last night. Earlier in the afternoon, when you were watching Richard and Mark, we were seeing some details from the Hurricane Center that say it was going to be a category 4, which means I had to make this even uglier. But as a category 3 storm passing right by Jacksonville, this is very likely to be the case. Not every place, but some of those very low-lying areas out there and through parts of the beaches. I'm thinking Mayport area. A few moments ago, I was showing you some of those places right there along the intracoastal, which is right along the barrier island at Jax Beach. And again, the winds and the rains will be very intense, but it's the flooding that is going to be the most serious, and that's why all barrier islands you need to be off of. And if you think it can't happen, it does happen. I've gone to seen and been in 2 or 3 major hurricanes. I was out in Opal back in '96 out in the Panhandle, and the storm surge came in within about 2.5 hours. Now, where I was, the storm surge literally came up to my feet and backed off. But when I went down to where it was really at the lowest points, it was about 8 feet deep in that one spot. And where it was most deep, it was about 12.5 feet deep, which was very incredible to imagine because the water line, as you looked up on the building, was like way up there. and you're like, hey, but it's dry. All right, either way, another point here, the coastal rivers, St. John, St. Mary's, the Altamaha. This will include both sides of the St. Johns River, so that would be Clay County and St. Johns County. Homes along the river need to evacuate for the potential of flooding. Again, power outages very likely, and again, the beginning time, when does it all crank up? It starts tomorrow morning, 8 to 11, about 12 hours long. The peak time will still be between about 5 and maybe 9 o'clock tomorrow evening, and that's when the worst of the storm will be right there and through parts of Clay County, St. John's, and probably northward just west along I-95. Tonight, the outer rain bands, again, 5 a.m. to midnight, so it's 5 a.m. in the morning all the way to midnight Saturday into Saturday morning. And again, miscellaneous details include water spouts and tornadoes that we'll have to watch out for. Rob, again, we're trying to give you the latest information. Hurricane Center, again, 8 o'clock advisory saying big winds, severe hurricane out there over Freeport and Grand Bahama.
All right. Thank you, John. Well, Jacksonville.